Be engaged. Don't get engaged. Hello, this is Paul Chandy, coaching your children to succeed in school and enabling you to succeed in the school of life. Engagement. It's very important, and so my wife reminds me, who is a Montessori teacher and seems to be much better at it than me. Every morning I make sure I play with my little one for at least an hour. Now, he's only a toddler. I know it's very different from being with secondary school children. And at times, my concentration wanders. My son will be showing something, or he'll be reading something, or he'll be expressing surprise or curiosity or excitement that he's completed something, and my mind will be somewhere else and my eyes will be vacant. Then my wife will wake me up and say, be engaged. When we are engaged with our children, then naturally, in time, they'll take more interest in school, more interest in learning. However, if they see that you're not interested, if they see that your concentration is not there, then the message they're getting is that the thing there isn't important. The thing that they're doing, like for example, my son likes doing reading or doing puzzles, isn't that important if your attention isn't there. Or that the parent doesn't care either about the child or the learning, giving another message that education isn't important. Or finally, that the task that he is doing, whether it be a small puzzle, whether it be learning 3 new facts, whether it be doing a math sum, has no value, because your attention is gone. On the other hand, if you're watching a great movie, and I bet you all of us, when we watch a great movie, we have our full attention. Or when we're watching a football game, we're full attention, we're cheering, our hands in the air, then our children will think that that's the main important things. That's what has value. Now, how do you be engaged? I remember when I was young, when I was probably between the ages of 8 and 16, I was like the babysitter in the street. Parents could leave their children with me, and I would play with them, little games, talk to them, chase after them, run around, play hide and seek. And the children were as little as 3 years old, anything up to 11 years old. And they knew the children were safe, and they knew that I loved children and liked playing with children, and that could have been one of the reasons why I became a teacher. And it was so easy to keep my concentration, it was so easy to keep my focus and to have fun and play with the little children, and through learn also teach. It was so natural. Now, as I got older, mainly when I was over the age of 30, especially with little children, it became a lot more difficult to engage with them and be interested in what they were doing. And I've never figured that out. I can tell you something that does help my engagement when I'm teaching in class, when I'm giving one-on-one attention, and when I have my full, and when every child, when I teach in class, has my 100% concentration. One, I'm paid for it. I've got to concentrate in class. Well, I choose to concentrate in class. I choose to be 100% present. I choose to be fully aware because I love my job, and yes, I am paid for it. If I do a bad job, I feel bad. Not only that, I can get reported. So that's one incentive, a mixture of fear and love. The second reason is, in the classroom we have minimum distractions. Teachers aren't allowed phones, and neither are children. They shouldn't have their phones, they shouldn't be looking at their phones in the classroom. And I am in heightened awareness Because in a classroom of 30, if I lose my concentration and someone gets into a fight and gets hurt, or throws a chair, or starts swearing at another child or intimidating another child, and I don't notice, I can get into trouble. All of these things have happened, and by the way, I do notice, so I have a heightened awareness. That's another reason why my concentration is 100%. The third reason is, when teaching in secondary school, you're the teacher, not the parent, and so the motivation in the child isn't given. Not only that, we see children in bursts throughout the day. So I might see one child 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, when I'm actually teaching the languages class. So they only have me for that time. I'm not with them all the time, so that might explain why in that time I have my awareness and concentration on. And it's so important that I build that rapport and connection by giving that 100% attention. So the same tips you can apply to at home. Become a child itself. When your child is learning, put away all your cell phones. And like I do when I'm at school, no matter how bad I've had a day at home or with the family or the usual stresses of life, as soon as I enter the classroom door, I put it away. In the same way, as soon as you enter your child's bedroom, homework room, playroom, I guess secondary school children be the bedroom where they do their homework, whatever it is, as soon as your child opens his book, as soon as your child starts studying about study, shut the door on your problems, worries and concerns. Put your phone well away. Don't be tempted to check it. Thirdly, remember, every interaction with a child is a chance to build rapport, build connection. Otherwise, they're going to seek rapport and connection and value the opinion of others more than you. And remember what I've told you? Teachers are the best parents. Sorry, I got that wrong way around. Rewind. Parents are the best teachers. You're with your children 24/7. You know their emotions, you know their likes, you know their interests. You can read your child better than anyone else. So reinforce your contact, reinforce your connection. Secondly, like you have timetables in school, and I'm timetabled to teach children languages about 2 or 3 times a week, make sure that you spend some daily time with your child, interacting with him. Well, I'll talk about this later, talking about his homework, helping with his homework, going on some educational trip or educational trip in disguise, do some kind of learning or disguised learning, even though they're in secondary school, read with your child or ask them about what they're reading and so on. All this will go into more detail a lot later. But the bottom line is, be interested in what they're interested, be engaged, get on their level. Now get on their level, I'll explain a lot more later about how you can use certain techniques to get onto your level with your child so that you can engage better, teach them better, and learn with them better. But go with the first step. When you're with your child, I know your child means everything to you in the world. However, keep everything afresh. Every time you're playing with him, it's a learning. When you ask about his schoolwork or when he wants to tell you something about school, and it might be rare, but seize that opportunity and be all ears, be very eager. Now I know you see your child every day and it can become a bit, let's face it, when you see the same person every day, a bit repetitive. But try and keep that freshness and uniqueness in your relationship alive. And keep that connection and be engaged. When you're with your child, it's only him, and it's only him that matters. This is Paul Chandy from Tri-T, enabling your child to succeed in school and you to succeed in the school of life.